Hi, I'm Mandeep Singh, founder of Mandeeps.com, and in this video we'll be working with our PayPal Pro extension for our Lifeforms module. So let's get started. What I have here is a DNN9 instance. It's a default instance of DNN9, and I already have a page called Forms with Lifeforms on it, and I have already installed the PayPal Pro extension for it. So let's set this up. I'm going to go to the Manage for Lifeforms and quickly create a form. Now, to save time, I've already created the form, and I'm going to simply copy and paste the sharing code so we have a form that's ready to go. And there it is. I simply have a products drop down with some options, 3 different phones with their dollar amounts, an email address, and a credit card field. Let's go ahead and make these fields required, and next we're going to go ahead and set up the PayPal payment action. Developer.paypal.com, and then make sure you're logged in with your PayPal credentials. Once you're logged in, you're going to go to Dashboard, and simply from your My Apps and Credentials, scroll down to until you see REST API Apps. Click on Create New App, give it any name you like, and that's it, you're done. So in my case, I already have an app already created here, right here. And once you have an app created, what you're gonna need is the client ID and the secret key. These 2 items is what we need for integration. So we also have to make sure, if you're using sandbox environment, that the account, one of the account is the facilitator account is set up for Business Pro, which is required for PayPal Pro, and you can simply do that from Profile and by upgrading the account to Pro. By simply upgrade, there'll be upgrade link here to upgrade it to Business Pro. So make sure you've done that before you can use the sandbox account with PayPal extension. All right. Having said that, let's go back to our Lifeforms. From Options, Actions, I'm going to go ahead and set up that whenever someone submits a form on form submission, I'm going to make a payment through PayPal Pro. And here I can give it any action name. I'll just call this PayPal, and I need to have my client ID and secret key. So let's go ahead and copy and paste those in. And again, we just demonstrated how you can get those from developer.paypal.com. Be sure to check the sandbox if it's sandbox environment. Currency is USD. Transaction type is authorized and charge. We can do authorization only, which case you would do the capture of the funds through paypal.com. What's the item name? Our case, we have the products drop down, and the text could be the name and the value could be the amount. I'm gonna skip everything else for right now. A first name, last name, email is required, so we'll take that from the credit card. We have an email field, and then obviously the card information is required, so we'll take this from our credit card as well. That's it to set up this action. Let's add 2 more actions. I'm gonna say show a message, and this is basically gonna be a success message. So we can say your order has been placed. Can say order number, and we can use the submission ID token to generate an order number like that. And then the most important thing here is that we want to only execute this if immediately prior action was successful. If a payment was made successfully, we can tell the user your order was placed. Similarly, I'm going to create another action that's going to say error, and we can say there was an error placing your order, please context to complete this transaction. And of course we're gonna say only execute this if any of the prior actions failed. So having said that, let's give this a try. So I'm going to say I want to purchase iPhone 7, and Here's the email address, and I have a Trust credit card that I'm going to copy in. So I'm going to first type in my name and then paste that test credit card number, choose an expiration, and give this a shot. Okay, so there we go. It says order number 1094, your order has been placed. And if I go to manage, I see that the order was placed, and I'm going to click on the actions here to take a look at them. And I see that PayPal Pro action was successfully executed. We see all the information here that was returned by PayPal, and we scroll down and we can see that because that was successful, the show message success was executed and the error was not executed. So the next question is, how do we take all the information that PayPal returned here and show that into our messages? For example, you may want to show the reference ID here, or you may want to show the shipping address that you're going to ship it to, or any of the other information that's coming back, such as the sales ID. So it's easy to do that. So let me quickly show you. I'm just going to pull a notepad here to kind of show you how you can use these tokens. If you want to show the ID on the top, you simply use whatever your action name was. In our case, it was PayPal right here, so it's going to be PayPal and then whatever a token. So in this case, it'd just be ID, so that would be our token. Now let's say if you wanted to use something more in depth, for example, first name and last name, that would be PayPal, and then we have to find the first hierarchy, which is this. That'll be pair dot, and then we see there's funding instruments, so it's going to be funding instruments, and then dot, we see there's credit card, and then dot, we see there's first name, and so that would be our token for the first name. If you want to use the last name, you would do the same thing and change that to last name. So as you can see, it's pretty easy to use any of this data in your message actions or email actions to include this information. And as you can see, PayPal return tons of data, so this method really allows you to go deep down and get any data you like. Thank you so much for watching this video.